So we're told that Lynette can wash 95 cars in 5 days. How many cars can Lynette wash in 11 days? So like always, pause this video and see if you can figure this out. So the way that I would like to tackle it is, given the information they gave us, 95 cars in 5 days, can we figure out how many cars she can wash per day? How many cars in 1 day? And then we could just multiply that by 11 to figure out how many she could wash in 11 days. So there's 95 cars in 5 days. And so instead of 5, if we were to say 1 day, well, to go from 5 days to 1 day, we divide by 5. So the number of cars she can do in 1 day, that would be that divided by 5. In either case, we would divide by 5. And what's 95 divided by 5? You might recognize that, well, look, 5 times 20 is equal to 100, so 5 times 19 is 95. So you might recognize that's 19 cars in 1 day. Or if that math I just did seemed a little bit too fast, you could just take 5 into 95. 5 goes into 9 one time. 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract. 9 minus 5 is 4. Bring down that 5. 5 goes into 45 9 times. 9 times 5 is 45. And it goes in perfectly. There's no remainder. So all I did is I divided both of these numbers by 5 to figure out how many she can wash per day. So she can wash 19 cars in 1 day. 19 cars per day. And so if I want to figure out how many she can wash in 11 days, so in 11 days, well, now I am just multiplying by 11. So if I multiply 19 times 11, what am I going to get? Well, if you're good at the mental mathematics, you might recognize 19 times 10 would be 190, and then you would have one more 19, so that would be 209 cars. Or you could just multiply 19 times 11. 1 times 19 is 19, and then 1 times 19 is 19. Add them together, you get 209. So she can wash 209 cars in 11 days. Let's do another example. Here we are told at the market, 8 batteries cost $10. How much do 6 batteries cost? Once again, pause this video and try to figure it out. Well, I'm going to do the same technique. If 8 batteries cost $10, let's figure out how much 1 battery costs. So 1 battery costs what? Figure that out. Well, it's going to be 1/8. If to go from 8 to 1, I divide by 8. So what happens when I divide 10 by 8? That's going to be my per battery cost. So 10 divided by 8 is the same thing as 5 over 4, which is the same thing as 1 1/4, which is the same thing. If we're talking in terms of money, it might be more useful to write it like 1 25/100. Or 1 battery costs $1.25. And so when they're saying 6 batteries, how much do 6 batteries cost? Well, if we're going to 6 batteries cost, we're multiplying the number of batteries times 6 now. So what's $1.25 times 6? So it's going to be $6 plus another $1.50, because 6 times 25 is 150. So it's going to be $7.50. And just to make sure the math I just did was right, let's multiply $1.25 times 6. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 3 is 15. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And we have a total of 2 digits behind the decimal. So there you have it. You have $7.50. Now, there's other ways that you could tackle this. You could say that, hey, this is 6 batteries is going to cost 6/8 as much as 8 batteries, but that's a little bit confusing, at least for my brain. I like to go just down to the unit cost, you could say, the cost per battery, and then multiply it by 6. It gives me more comfort in understanding what I'm doing.